You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 5:30.
Vandals and looters targeted stores in Champaign and across Illinois, sparking tensions between law enforcement and demonstrators. Good evening. I'm Mark Maxwell.
And I'm Jen Lask. The unrest across the country comes in response to George Floyd's death in Minneapolis. And here in central Illinois, multiple protests were organized this afternoon. As Mark showed you, some of them breaking out into looting and vandalism. We have team coverage tonight. Andy Olson and Jamie Mays are live in Champaign, and we have Karina Rubio in Danville. We're going to start with Andy, who's at the mall as that looting began at 3. Andy, what's going on there now?
Jen, right now it seems to have stopped. Champaign police, I should say, have really driven away the looters. A lot of them driving away. Like you mentioned, it started here right after 3 o'clock at Marketplace Mall, Old Navy, and as you can see, the Macy's behind me were hit by looters. Then after that, for about 45 minutes, peaceful protests going on as a line formed of protesters and then Champaign police in their riot gear. After a bit, though, the protesters went away and then they hit Gordman's. I've also been told by police that Kohl's and TJ Maxx here at Marketplace Mall were hit as well. But like I mentioned, right now it's all quiet. The Champaign County Sheriff's Office and University of Illinois Police made it out here as well to help Champaign police. But the looting has stopped here at Marketplace Mall, but that doesn't help the stores that were hit earlier today.
All right, and thank you so much, Andy. Stay safe out there. We'll continue to check in with him. Now, we've had other crews throughout the area, and again, the police department from Champaign said that they have responded to Marketplace Mall for incidents of looting. They are currently working to help secure area businesses. They say, quote, "We support everyone's rights to lawful and peaceful protests, and for the safety of everyone in our city, we continue to urge you to be peaceful as you advocate and allow your voice to be heard."
All right, it's a fluid situation out there. We want to check in now with Jennifer Jensen on Prospect. Jennifer, tell us what you're seeing there. What does the scene look like?
Yeah, Mark, I'm at the strip mall on Prospect Avenue. The rioting and the looting, I'm at the strip mall on Prospect Avenue. The rioting looting has not stopped here all afternoon. Take a look around. There are cars lined up all across the parking lot, honking. And earlier, just a few minutes ago, let's look at this Best Buy down here. People broke past the glass doors, past the metal barrier, and started hauling out electronics, TVs. And that didn't stop. All of these separate stores down here, including the Shoe Carnival right down the street, people broke the glass doors. And even just a couple minutes ago, we're seeing hauling things out of that store. It has been a chaotic scene here. Police arrived with people. Back around and arrived back when people started taking things out of that Best Buy down there. Police have been lined up all along this strip mall to monitor this area. And including this looting and rioting continued all the way down Prospect Avenue, not just on this strip mall. So when we go down past the intersection, about a mile, the on-ramp to the interstate, that intersection, past there, they shut down the gas station, locked their doors, blocked off the area, and the stores past that gas station, that Circle K on Bloomington, they continued that looting down there as well. The store owners were trying to block off the doors as we talked to them just a few minutes ago. But right now what we're seeing at this scene, the chaos has not stopped all afternoon. People are still rushing in and out of these stores, and they are continuing to line up and line across this parking lot in support of this riot. And
Jennifer,
this is what we're looking at right now. So we'll continue.
It's very loud out there on the scene. Do you have any sight on police? Are they trying to secure the premises there?
Yes. So along with all of these cars that are lined up, we also have police officers lined up. Cars are lined up all across the strip mall, from one end of it to the other. So you can see them down there towards the Best Buy. They're posted up on the other side of the stores near Ulta and PetSmart, all along this strip mall. So that's what we're looking at right now.
All right, thank you. And we're going to leave you there. Stay safe as those cars sort of careen through the parking lot there.
All right, thank you, Jennifer. And Target is temporarily closing dozens of its stores across the country in response to the protests, including its Champaign location. Employees were turning people away this afternoon, and multiple Target locations in Chicago have also closed. This comes after looters ransacked a Minneapolis Target, and the company says its focus is on employee safety. They say the workers impacted by the closures will still be paid for their full scheduled hours.
The protest in Springfield, meanwhile, remained peaceful. Thousands of cars showed up for a procession to honor the death of George Floyd. The Springfield chapter of Black Lives Matter says they were shocked at the big turnout. In fact, they had to extend their route to help ease the traffic through downtown. Springfield police also helped to choreograph the traffic there. One officer on the scene called the turnout beautiful. Meanwhile, Springfield police are also investigating a separate matter where 2 people were shot early this morning in the middle of a massive crowd. Officers say they were already in the area near 15th and Edwards, monitoring a crowd of 700 to 1,000 people. That's where they found 2 females, a 19-year-old shot in the neck and a 20-year-old shot in her stomach. Both women taken to a hospital. If you have any information about what might have happened there, you can leave an anonymous tip with Crime Stoppers. Demonstrations continue tonight in Danville, where hundreds of people showed up there. Our WCIA 3's Karina Rubio is there. She joins us now live. Karina, what did the protests there look like today?
Like that throughout the entire protest here in Danville today. Protesters started at the CVS and made their way here to public safety. They were led by Mayor Ricky Williams and had a police escort helping them move through the streets. I saw a lot of powerful signs, heard many moving messages chanted, and countless fists held in the air. Police were asking people to stay on the sidewalk and street and off of the public safety building property. Many community leaders gave speeches today, not only for George Floyd, but for police brutality and racial inequality as a whole. Protesters even took several minutes of silence to symbolize the amount of time Floyd was pinned down by former officer Derek Chauvin's knee in Minneapolis.
I ask that you use this time to think about what you would have done in those 7 minutes. Because ultimately these gatherings mean nothing if we are not willing to be bold and take a stand moving forward.
I couldn't possibly be any prouder. You know, we get a bad rep sometimes, but we have some of the best people in the world, and I think our citizens proved that today in standing together for.
The mayor told me there was over 300 people in all gathered today in Danville. And as I mentioned, there were several community leaders that spoke out today, including the mayor. And he did tell the protesters that he was proud of how they were able to come together calmly in a short amount of time. Live in Danville, Karina Rubio, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Karina, thank you. Elsewhere, Chicago remains a city on lockdown after mobs vandalized police vehicles and looted storefronts Saturday night. The city closed off entrances to downtown area today and last night. Also today, calling in 375 National Guardsmen and 100 state police to help control the crowds. Governor Pritzker, in a press conference this afternoon, said that much of the day yesterday, the protests in Chicago were, in his words, beautiful, massive, and peaceful.
But late in the evening yesterday, the protest became about violence and damage. And that changes the conversation away from the terrible acts that took George Floyd's life, away from the insidious racism that we all have a role in addressing.
Chicago's Mayor Lori Lightfoot said the arson and looting that happened across the city last night was, quote, absolutely organized and coordinated. She said the FBI and ATF, federal agencies, are investigating. Governor Pritzker also encouraged anyone who took part in the public demonstration across the state to get tested for COVID-19.
And protesters gathered outside a Walmart in East Peoria late last night, where things escalated. Police say protesters threw bricks at officers twice. That was followed by pepper bullets being deployed. The police chief says no one reported injuries.
Still to come on the WCIA 3 News at 5:30. Loved ones honoring an 18-year-old killed in a boating accident.
A look at the growing tribute for Drew Adams.
The Bright Spot is sponsored by Kramer's Siding and Windows.
I don't know how we would have survived without Mediacom. We have 5 kids, and we have Mediacom for all of our internet and all of our cable services. So I'm stuck in my house, but at the same time, I'm connected to people all over the world. It's been fantastic.
Right now, we all feel like the world is in a standstill. The internet has played a huge role in allowing allowing us to stay connected to our jobs and stay connected with the ones that we love. We couldn't do it without MediaCom.
The open road, the wind in your hair, the feeling of freedom that drives us to go out and discover. At Chevy, we're committed to getting you there with confidence and peace of mind. If you need a new Chevy, interest-free APR financing for 84 months on many of our most popular models. You may even shop online and take delivery at home where available. And when you do, your Chevy Clean dealers commit to using enhanced vehicle cleaning measures with CDC-approved cleansers, so you can find new roads with confidence.
Tapman's Car Star would like to thank everyone who voted our business #1 for collision repair in the News Gazette's People's Choice Award. Tapman is a trusted name in collision repair. Be assured we're working even harder to remain the team you trust. Thank you.
When America needed us to build, we built. Masks, ventilators, shields. When frontliners needed support, Ford dealers answered. And now we're open and ready to serve you. With exciting special offers and deals across the Ford lineup. Stop by a Ford dealership or go online. We've made it safer to shop, easier to buy. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 84 months, plus 3 months deferred payments on select 2019 Ford vehicles.
You want coverage that protects your way of life so you can sleep at night. We hear you. Lohman Ray Insurance. Health, farm, life, commercial, home, auto, and more.
Community members are mourning the loss of a Champaign High School graduate who died in a boating accident in Wisconsin. As we first told you yesterday, 18-year-old Drew Adams died in a canoeing accident on a lake in Lincoln County, and friends and family are finding ways to honor Adams this weekend. They've placed flowers and other keepsakes at McKinley Field in Champaign, right below his name. It's a field Adams spent a lot of time on, playing football and baseball. He was set to go to Parkland College. Jack?
We do have temperatures that'll be getting into the 80s and maybe even close to 90 later on this week. Today, though, is a very comfortable day, coming in at 75. We are looking at more storms to be coming into the area around this week as well, coming up next.
At Jets, we've added contactless delivery upon request and curbside pickup at participating locations. So go ahead and order our new Mexican pizza. We'll deliver it safely to your door or straight to your car. Jets, better because it has to be.
At Lands, our goal is to always bring you the best in service, support, and products. That's why we carry Train. If you're thinking about a new HVAC system for your home, we can help with up to $1,000 in instant rebates or special financing on qualifying Train systems. It's hard to stop a Train, but it's impossible to stop our commitment to bring you the best. I'm Troy Lands, and you can count on my company because you can count on me.
CI Living is celebrating birthdays, whether you're 1 or 100. If your birthday, family member, or friends is coming up, submit your picture 1 week in advance at WCIA.com. Click on contests. Include name, birthday, and hometown. Birthday Smiles, sponsored by All Smiles Family Dentistry.
Now Central Illinois' most accurate forecast with meteorologist Jack Gervin.
It's a nice sunny day today. It still is on our split view overlooking Champaign on our Bratcher weather camera on our Roofing Dog Inet. You've got very clear conditions on our satellite as well as Storm Tracker Doppler as well. Nothing showing up here on the radar, which is going to be the case here not only for the night tonight, but also for the next few days here. Now, the temperatures are still expected to go up this week. It will be definitely more warm, more humid like it was last week, but we have really enjoyed the nice, comfortable weather here that we've had, and today is no different. Our temperatures are right now in the middle and upper 70s, 75 degrees in Champaign, a very comfortable 73 in Danville, 72 in Watseka, compared to some slightly warmer temperatures in Lincoln and Jacksonville coming in the upper 70s, with winds that are out of the northeast or so, generally under 5 miles per hour in many spots. So it's a very nice day today. We are expected to stay sunny for the rest of the evening and then clear overnight tonight, where lows will be dropping to around 53. Likely going to be one of the last comfortable nights of our forecast because it does look to be warmer here going later on into our forecast. 75 for the day tomorrow, so it's likely going to be the last comfortable daytime that we are going to have for for us here over the next week because our temperatures do look to spike back up here pretty quickly into the upper 80s by the time we get to Tuesday, and that will likely kind of be the trend here going into the weekend, next weekend. So it is going to be warm, it is going to be humid, and there will be the chance for a few showers and storms in our forecast coming up here. Here's future track, and you'll see that we're pretty dry here up until we get to around Wednesday evening. That's when we expect our next round of showers and storms to come through, and then once it's warm and humid, there will be the chance for showers and storms not only for Wednesday, but also going into Thursday, Friday, and likely even into parts of Saturday as well. So it will be a little bit more in the way of rainy here for us later on this week. As of right now, not going to be expecting a whole lot of rain showers to be adding up to a whole lot here. Things look to be pretty spotty, but we'll likely see that change since we obviously know last week when things were very warm and humid, we did have those heavy downpours that we had. So very warm and humid 7-day is approaching. We're back up after this.
Coming up Monday on CI Living, tasty and healthy treats from Harvest Market in our CI kitchen. Plus, we check in with the McGuire Home Collection to learn how they're empowering women to enter the industry. Details Monday at 4 on CI Living.
Thousands of memories will be placed on that end table. So choose one that will hold those memories longer. When you buy right, it stays right. Year after year, into the next generation. Wright's Furniture and Flooring, making you right at home.
Get out of town with a getaway to amazing Arcola. Aikman Wildlife Adventure, an animal sanctuary, drive-through park, and petting zoo with up-close encounters with amazing animals. Must do, must see, amazing Arcola. Make it a weekend getaway. The Best Western Plus Arcola, a hotel and convention center with handcrafted Amish furniture in the rooms, picturesque views of the prairie, free hot breakfast, and indoor pool. The best hotel in Amish country of Illinois, the Best Western Plus in amazing Arcola.
Classic Granite and Marble is the finest natural stone destination for builders, contractors, and renovators in central Illinois. We have the most advanced stone cutting technology and resources available to take your project from concept to finished product right here on site. Our staff knows the industry inside and out and can help you make informed decisions every step of the way. And our indoor showroom keeps picking out your material comfortable during the harsh winter months. Schedule your design consultation today at Classic Granite and Marble.
Feel like getting back out there? Nissan is ready to help you with a bold, award-winning lineup and great offers. Kick off summer with $500 holiday bonus cash on select models. Or get 0% financing for up to 84 months on 13 models.
We check back in with some of our camera crews spread across Champaign now.
We're going to start with Andy Olson. Andy, what's going on right now?
Well, Jen, right now, it's still pretty quiet out here. Police are actually dispersing to other parts of Champaign. Like I mentioned, Champaign police are out here. UIPD, as well as the Champaign County Sheriff's Office, Urbana Police as well. The most recent activity we had was about 30 minutes ago when some of those protesters made their way over to Gordman's across the street, still in Marketplace Mall, and started looting over there as well. As you can see behind me, Macy's was hit, but that was a little bit earlier in the day. But it's still quiet out here. Still a couple of Sheriff's Office cars, but things are quieting up. No sign of any protesters, no looters or anything like that out here at the mall. Right now, live in Champaign, Andy Olson, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Andy, thanks. Police still scrambling to get control of the situation. Jennifer, what's happening where you're at?
It's still a very hectic scene out here right now. Police have increased their presence here at the strip mall on Prospect Avenue. They started forcing people to move back because people were still continuing to loot the Best Buy over here. They broke through the metal glass in the windows. So we have people lined up and police lined up all over this area, including cars still crowding in on this parking lot. But police have upped their presence here, so they're trying to get a hold on this situation. We will remain out here and bring you updates as soon as it happens. In Champaign, I'm Jennifer Jensen.
Jennifer, thanks, and of course, continuing coverage on WCIA.com. Now let's check in with Marley Weirdo with sports.
Yeah, Mark, the sports community is also taking a stand in response to George Floyd's death. We'll have more on what Central Illinois coaches and athletes are doing to spread their message. That's coming up.
Right now, you need dependable internet and endless entertainment. Xfinity has you covered with reliably fast speeds, the most in-home Wi-Fi coverage, and advanced security included. Plus, access all your streaming apps in one place, including Peacock. And now you can get up and running quickly with contactless equipment drop-off. Now that's simple, easy, awesome. Get started with Xfinity for $20 a month for 12 months. Or ask about packages with speed up to a gig. Click or call today.
The power is within you. The power to shape the future. The power to solve problems, to create better tomorrows. The power to make your mark. The power to change our world. Backed by over 150 years of innovation and ingenuity, the U of I puts you in the same hallways as 23 Pulitzer Prize winners, 23 Nobel laureates, the inventors of YouTube, PayPal, and a long list of game-changing innovators. It's time to harness your power. The power of I.
Visit one of Adams Memorial's 14 locations for your personalized custom needs.
The open road, the wind in your hair, the feeling of freedom that drives us to go out and discover. At Chevy, we're committed to getting you there with confidence and peace of mind. If you need a new Chevy, interest-free APR financing for 84 months on many of our most popular models. You may even shop online and take delivery at home where available. And when you do, your Chevy Clean dealers commit to using enhanced vehicle cleaning measures with CDC-approved cleansers, so you can find new roads with confidence.
And now, WCIA 3 Sports with Marley Weirdo.
Protests are happening around the world demanding justice in response to George Floyd's death. The Illini sports community is also speaking out. Illinois guard Trent Frazier shared this photo on social media. His shirt says, "I can't breathe." That was one of Floyd's last words. Illinois signee Adam Miller also posted the same message on his social media. And former Illini Myers Leonard shared a tweet this morning saying, quote, "I was raised to love everyone," with pictures of him, his teammates, and fellow NBA players. Coaches in Central Illinois are also speaking out. Eastern Illinois head football coach Adam Cushing shared a message on Twitter that says, quote, "This is what I can do. Use this platform to take a stand for anti-racism and against hate." He said he had a meeting on Friday with his team to have a discussion about social injustice. I'll be speaking with him in just a few minutes, and you can hear from him coming up tonight at 10, as well as on our website at WCIA.com. Now, the future of Major League Baseball is still uncertain, which means minor league teams are starting to trim down. Hundreds of players were released from their teams this week. WCIA 3's Brett Behrens caught up with former Centennial pitcher Jeff Lindgren, who has not been cut, but he's staying ready if the season does come back.
Jeff Lindgren is keeping his dad busy. The former Centennial and Illinois State pitcher is home for the foreseeable future, waiting to go back to Florida to resume spring training. Until then, he's playing catch with his dad, John, in the street to keep his arm in shape. Lindgren is also taking advantage of his parents' home gym. Last year's 24th round pick by the Marlins was about halfway through spring ball when everyone at the facility was told to go home due to COVID-19.
It was really weird, actually. They called us in for a meeting, I think, on a Sunday. Basically told us to go pack your lockers up. We can't really use the complex. They're shutting everything down.
Lindgren had a great start to his pro career. The 6'1" right-hander spent just a few weeks in low A ball in New York before getting moved up to Jupiter to play with the advanced A team.
Got pretty excited. Called my mom and dad because they were actually supposed to head out to Batavia in 2 days to come watch me. And I said, you have to change your plans there. But yeah, it was crazy. Got off to another great run there in Jupiter and stuck there for the rest of the year.
Lindgren was tabbed to be back with the Hammerheads in Florida to open up this season. His journey to pro ball is a story in itself. Originally committed to Parkland as a junior at Centennial, he got a late offer from Illinois State just 3 weeks before his freshman year was supposed to start. He jumped at the opportunity and ended up helping the Redbirds to a run in the NCAA tournament last spring, knocking off nationally ranked Louisville and Indiana. Playing on that stage helped Lindgren get more exposure and ultimately drafted just a few weeks later.
And as we kept winning, obviously, people started taking interest in us, and you put yourself in the right position, people are going to see you, and that's when it takes over from there.
And that paid off for Lindgren, who is now in a position to continue living his dream of playing professional baseball. Reporting in Champaign, Brett Behrens, WCIA 3 Sports.
All right, Brett, thanks. Now, the minor league season still has not been canceled, but a lot going on in sports with everyone taking to social media to share their messages.
Yeah, we look forward to hearing your interview with EIU's football coach tonight at 10. Molly, thanks. We're back in a moment.
Abby was killed by a drunk driver in Monroe County.
It takes some time, I guess, to realize you won't talk to him again. You know, we all have cell phones. Put a name in there or a number in there that you can call to be a designated driver, because you're out having a good time that you'll probably never remember. And I'll never forget.
You and your pet have a lifetime of incredible memories. You absolutely can't imagine life without them. But when the time comes, you'll want to preserve the memory of everything they brought to you. Pause and Remember offers pet cremation as an affordable, wonderful, and loving option to remember your pet. They offer many unique items to memorialize, so you decide how you want to pay tribute to and celebrate your pet's life. You have a choice, so request Pause and Remember to your veterinarian or call our office directly. Pause and Remember in Champaign.
When America needed us to build, we built. Masks, ventilators, shields. When frontliners needed support, Ford dealers answered. And now we're open and ready to serve you. With exciting special offers and deals across the Ford lineup. Stop by a Ford dealership or go online. We've made it safer to shop, easier to buy. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 84 months, plus 3 months deferred payments on select 2019 Ford vehicles.
Sunday night movies are back on CBS. Paramount's biggest grab-the-popcorn escape from reality blockbusters. And tonight, Harrison Ford and Sean Connery in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. The CBS Sunday night movies are back tonight at 8/7 Central on CBS.
Gronk, you understand what you have to do, right?
Not really.
I'm really glad that Gronk is first. Game on. New episode Wednesday on CBS.
It's going to be a comfortable day tomorrow. Mostly sunny skies, a high of 75. We do have more sunshine for Tuesday, but at this point, then starting on Tuesday into the rest of the week and weekend, it's going to be very warm and humid. Temperatures in the middle to upper 80s. Chance for showers and storms do come in by later on Wednesday evening. Mark?
Jack, thanks. A lot of bottled up anxieties happening right now during protests. Our reporters are still out in the field with teams, with a camera worker. They're working to kind of have this coverage as it continues on WCIA.com.
Yes, and we've been putting up our coverage on there. We've also had tweets from different reporters of what they are seeing from around central Illinois. Stay with us for the 9 and 10.